This is my Chapter 3 assignment, Understanding My Community. I live in Hays, Kansas, so this will be a snapshot about Hays. The customs and traditions of Hays. Hays was established in 1867. As far as the ancestry goes, primarily most people around this area are considered Volga German. Hays is mainly a conservative town. We are considered the economic and cultural center of the region. Hays is actually the largest city in northwest Kansas, therefore that's why it's the cultural and economic center. Hays very much values family, and it is home to Fort Hays State University. As far as our school district in Hays, USD 489, the mission statement states that USD 489 provides a quality learning experience for every child in every classroom every day. We are becoming slightly more diverse as time goes by. Still, we aren't very diverse, but it's definitely becoming more evident. And we have had a lot of change lately in our school district. We've had a lot of administration changes and teaching changes, and so we are becoming very accustomed to change. I'm not sure that we're completely accepting of it, but I think we're working on it. The traditions in Hays consist of the Wild West Festival, which is going on right now. It's always over the July 4th weekend. We have art walks all year long, and Oktoberfest is a very big tradition in Hays that centers around the Fort Hays State homecoming. The population of Hays currently, this is actually, I guess, from the 2010 census, was 20,510. The number of households in Hays was 8,698. And as far as our diversity population goes, 92.8% of the population is white, 4.7% are Hispanic and Latino, and 1.1% are African American, which leaves 1.4% as other, which could be a mix of two races or so on. The median age is 29.1 years, and just kind of an interesting tidbit, our population is 20,510, but we do have 27 Christian churches in our town. As far as our district goes, our enrollment was 3,066, and that came from the 2012-2013 school year. Our district operates 9 schools, and as far as the population of our students, 51.44% were male and 48.56% were female. I found this statistic kind of shocking. 40.95% of the district population, as far as our students, are considered economically disadvantaged. That was quite a large number that shocked me. The race of our students, 83.76% are white, 9.67% are Hispanic, 5.39% are other, and 1.18% are African American. The communication channels in our area, our school district has a website, which I've listed there, and then we also have a Channel 13 school news that is broadcast through our cable TV, and that is put together by our high school web team, and they do a variety of news that's going on through the schools. Our City of Hays has a website, and then our newspapers, we have 2 newspapers. One is the Hays Daily, which is definitely the predominant one, and then Fort Hays State puts out a Leader, which is their local news that's going on about the college. Our radio stations, I didn't want to list them all here, but we have 1 AM station, and then we also have 12 FM stations that come out of Hays. As far as television goes, we are considered in the Wichita-Hutchinson television market, which makes us have 2 affiliate stations that we get a little plug in every once in a while. Community groups. I did a little bit of research on this to find out. I knew we had a ton, and I'm sure this is not all of them, but this is a good sampling of the community groups that we have. We have the Rotary Club, the Lions Club, the American Legion, the Kiwanis Club, Friends of the Library, the Optimist and the Seroptimist Club, Big Brothers, Big Sisters, and then our home and school organizations. As far as how these influence our schools and what influences um, our school board is made up of 7 elected officials, and currently our board president has children that attend the private schools in Hays, and this has caused quite a bit of tension in our school system, only because there are people who consider him not to be advocating for our students, but looking out for the private schools as well. And so that's caused a little bit of tension as far as being influenced by an outside source. As far as leadership goes in Hays and in our school district, as far as the Hays level, the city level goes, we've got 5 city commissioners that are elected for 2-year terms. We've got one of those commissioners that serves as a mayor, and then our city manager is hired by the city commission. And then as far as our school district goes, we've got 7 Board of Education members that are elected for 4-year terms. One of those board members serves as president, and then our superintendent is hired by that Board of Education. We've undergone a lot of change lately in our district, and we are definitely experiencing some discontent among staff members and board members. It seems like everything is very political now, and I think it's going to stay that way until we have some issues that are resolved. Our community leaders' characteristics. The commission members are very easily accessible. Their email addresses are on the city website. They are very prevalent at local events and easy to catch and just chat with for a minute. The public can attend the commission meetings, so the commissioners can hear and you can voice your opinion there. And it seems like any time that I've chatted with them, they seem very willing to listen. Our board members' email addresses for the school district are located on the district website, and I know that in the past they've been very good about returning emails and responding to certain concerns. I believe that this really ties into the ISLLC standard number 3 that states that an educational leader promotes the success of every student by ensuring management of the organization, operation, and resources for a safe, efficient, and effective learning environment. I really think this ties into those commissioners and those board members being easily accessible and making themselves known and out there and responding, and I think that that just definitely promotes that, and definitely, even though they may not be the principal of the building or of the town, they definitely are those leaders in our area. Economic conditions of our city. Our annual median household income is $44,227. 2.3% of the population is unemployed, and 5.7% of families are considered below the poverty line. Our sales tax currently is 8.4%, and our income tax is 4.8%. The political structure, I kind of briefly went over when we were discussing how the commission and the city commission was set up, but I also wanted to add in here about the lack of funding coming from the state. Our district just recently tried to pass increasing our LOB from 30% to 31%. However, our community is very upset with the school district right now because of under budgeting issues, and therefore they did not pass increasing the LOB. Because of these under budgeting issues, our district has had to cut numerous teaching positions and programs, and I think that's really what set off the community for not wanting to vote for increasing the LOB, just because we had to do away with so many teaching positions and so many programs, and they feel like our district should have budgeted better. I feel like this really ties into standard number 6, which states that an education leader promotes the success of every student by understanding, responding to, and influencing the political, social, economic, legal, and cultural context. I really feel like our district, as far as our education leaders, did not do a great job of advertising the LOB and trying to get it known what that increase would actually get them for their money. I feel like we didn't do a good job of promoting that and advertising and putting out there that this is something we really need because of our lack of funding that's coming from the state. And I believe that education leaders need to do that. They need to step up and get that out there so that we can influence students in a positive way. As far as social tensions go, I think we actually have it pretty easy in Hays. There is no known gang activity that I know of. The cliques in our schools are based on what students are involved in. You know, the kids that are involved in sports, they run around together, and the kids that are involved in music, they run around together. As far as cliques in our town, not necessarily in our schools, they are more based on socioeconomic status. Discrimination is somewhat evident, and I know that it'll always be there, even though that's not something we want to say, but hope that it will become less prevalent than it is. And the causes to some of these things, discrimination, the cliques, just misunderstanding what makes up a person, and that it doesn't have to be their socioeconomic status, and it doesn't have to be just the group that they're involved in. And these are the sources that I used for my presentation that I got from just a variety of places for the city of Hays.